So they're talking about virtual worlds and World of Warcraft. Can you, everyone hear this, or do we have any problems?
I think we might be having some trouble with our voice chat. One speaker.
This is one of the interesting uses of Second Life, is to hold conferences and have talks without having to fly halfway around the world to give a talk or to experience it or listen to it.
Can you hit teleport for a Viola? Yes.
One of the problems, and I'm having this right now, is that the more avatars there are on a sim, the longer it takes for things to res up. So you might be seeing a lot of gray blobs sitting around. And if this is a place you want to come back to, you can go to World and then create a landmark here. Or you can also join the group. You can join the science school group, for instance, and then you'll be notified of any upcoming events, such as Science Friday. How's it going?
Trying to get the audio actually working.
Okay.
Oh, we've had trouble with it. We can hear you okay, though.
Okay. But you can't hear the talker in Second Life. You know, you can go to the chat bubble and turn up. The guy who's talking right now is Jai Early, the last person on the list. Is that getting too complicated?
Somebody's audio. You turn up your audio.
A lot of these people are educators.
It's the investment that makes you recognize your avatars, your scale, irrespective of what you choose to be after. Some of the people who clearly have the best rapport with their avatars I know are people who have, you know, avian or Pilar avatars, and the other are perfectly comfortable and representing them very clearly as that's who they are.
How many of you guys have actually seen an event like this in Second Life before, where there was a lot of avatars together? You had a few people.
I don't know. But another comment apropos standardization and evolution. I think a lot of people here tend to view things from the viewpoint of virtual worlds, being enthusiasts and developers and what have you. But if indeed the future is in a synergy or merger of immersive VR with informational content of the web, it's the web who will decide. The web is the billion-pound gorilla in this game, and virtual reality will have to adopt itself to fit on top of the existing World Wide Web, such as it is, because the web is not going to change. So that, I think, will drive particular modalities of this technology rather than the other way around.
Did everyone get over here okay?
I think we have everyone.
Yeah. Let me see, I was just typing in something which I will show here in the local chat, the latest news. that Mica will very soon get a second island, not only the second live island here where we are right now, but an island on an open sim grid called SHASPA, short for Shared Spaces. And very briefly, it is an open sim grid which is being sponsored by a building company, if I understand it correctly. I'm just learning about it all, in Europe, where they are renting and selling spaces for business users, but they have a limited number of academic users. They offer space for free, because it's more interesting for business people to have some academic folks running around, and they get extra feedback from them as well. So that's the basic idea. I saw a little demo a few days ago, and I enjoyed it very much. The Genki people, the small startup company, which Adam and Jeff, who made the video, which I just pointed you to, made. Adam and Jeff work for Genki. They have an island there as well, and Adam has known Oliver Go, the main person behind SHASPA, for a few years already. So this is likely to be to become a very interesting collaboration, and you will soon all be invited to come over to the SHASPA grid and to see what we are going to do there. As far as our particular work is going, let me give you a website to the place where we are, where there is some information. We started just very recently a weekly series of workshops where we are talking about how to set up an N-body wiki for work in virtual worlds. Here is the website, and that has pointers to other places and where we meet here in Villanova.
You were instrumental in getting the Scilands started. Could you kind of give us an overview of how that all came to be?
Sure. I was, well, I went to the International Spaceflight Museum early on when I got into second line, and I was pretty amazed with it. So at some point, and at that point NASA had also joined, and they were joined next to the International Spaceflight Museum. So I had a meeting with Kat Lemieux and Troy McConnelly to, I'm flying over there now, look at the possibility of setting up an archipelago of science themed islands. And with that and knowing the senior scientists at the Exploratorium, and once he said that he would join this archipelago, I think there was a group of us of about 8 islands that, sorry, I'm doing 2 things at once, decided that we could probably hold our own if we created this archipelago. And so we did, and it's done actually quite well. That's the short of it. And again, I think that was in December of 2007.
Who were some of the first people then to join the Scilands?
The first people?
Yeah.
Elon University, the International Spaceflight Museum, NASA, University of Denver, and the Exploratorium. I think that covers it.
So there's about...
We've grown to be a pretty major continent of collaboration. And we have a kind of a government set up. So we have senators for island owners, and then a council who votes, people want to apply to come to become part of the Scilands continent. They fill out an application, and then we decide whether we, if it's worthy of having the person join. And so far, everyone is asked to join has been admitted.